that the people are gonna lie and say, "Oh, that's not my son. You lied on me." Then they're gonna keep saying it. But they could have stopped that if they would have never had sex. Cause sometimes people think that it feels good.
And so that goes back to being a leader, right?
Right.
And leaders making his or her own decisions, and leaders standing by the consequences of their decisions.
And at our school, at Providence St. Mel School, all the teachers, they show they preach abstinence. And abstinence means not having sex, no sex life as a team.
So how long do you think that you kids listen to that before you throw that out the window? How long is that kind of...
Maybe till you go away to college, or maybe when you get a job, or maybe when you think you're ready and think you know what you're doing, and maybe you should talk it over with someone who might know about it and who might really know about, who might have been through that step. See, you don't want to talk to someone who's never done it before, and you have to talk to someone that's educated. You can't go out and talk to Lil Doogie or something like that. You can't go out and talk to that guy because he's not educated. He probably didn't even graduate out of high school. So why would you go ask him what he thinks about sex? He's not educated.
And you have to realize too that a lot of our past historians were not educated because education was illegal. So if you're not educated does not mean you're not brilliant, because you didn't go through the process of an education system. I don't want you guys to get fooled by that. Most of our past leaders who made changes in the history of this country were not educated. Like, for example, Rosa Parks. So don't just get caught up on that title that education is a cure-all. Okay, keep that in mind. And because a person doesn't have the formal education, for you guys not to give them their respect because they're still brilliant. God made them brilliant with a brilliant mind to think and communicate. So just don't be fooled by someone with a book in their hand saying that they've been to college, they've been to school, and they could lead you into destruction. Okay? Remember that. That's why it's so important to listen to your elders, your preachers, your positive role models. Don't let education just fool you into thinking that only certain people can teach you things. Okay?
Ms. Anderson.
Yes.
Another thing that I think is wrong with parents is violence. Like, I'm not gonna say their name, but I know somebody that him and his girlfriend got in a fight, and then their daughter, she got mad and she hit her daddy, and it made her real upset, and then that's what it causes to most of the deaths. People at home getting abused and not talking to somebody about it.
So what did you do about it? You witnessed something terrible. What did you do? Did you tell somebody? Did you call the police?
The lady, she stopped them. She stopped them and she broke them up, and she told them go outside, and she told her calm down, and then he was talking, and then she was talking.
So how did that affect you, Ramon?
I was scared.
You were scared?
Because I thought something was going to happen to the lady.
Okay. Anybody else witness any type of incidents that made you afraid, or you wish that you could have intervened? If there's situations, some bullying that goes on at school, whereas you could have stepped up, and because bullies are really cowards, big sissies who need attention. Have you guys ever had to intervene and wrong or make a right or wrong?
There are any bullies at school, right at the school that we attend, because it's so strict and so much discipline. I don't think there's really a bully, because as soon as the person goes and tells someone, that person will be talked to, and they will be they might get a referral or some detention.
So why don't the public schools have that kind of discipline? What is discipline?
Public schools don't have discipline because the teachers, they really don't care. And at private schools, the teachers do care, even though they receive a less amount of money. The teachers at public school, excluding Whitney Young and other enrollment schools, but other schools, maybe
There are teachers at all schools. You can't say all of them don't care. That's not true.
Yeah, it's few. It's very few that cares. I mean, it's not a lot. It's not an over percent that
Overwhelming amount.
Yeah, it's not a lot of them that care. It's maybe one that will guide you right, but it's not a lot. You can't.
But just to make a blanket statement that all the teachers don't care is not correct, because there are a lot of teachers out here that are struggling to make a difference. A lot of them don't even have kids in public schools, and they give it their all. They're up worrying at night. They take in kids who don't have a place to go at night. They bring money for clothes and for food for kids, for the students that go there. So to make a blanket statement like that, that's not fair, and you're not giving a lot of the public school teachers. How often does this happen? Well, a lot of times it's just not reported.
I mean, it's not often. It's not often that this goes on where someone will accept the student. Then maybe they might guide them in the right way, but it's maybe out of Chicago. It's maybe only 400 teachers at most that will do this out of maybe 30,000. So it's kind of hard to accept someone that you don't know.
Okay, so what is discipline? What is discipline? What is discipline?
Discipline is being able to be tamed and having self-control over your actions and being able to walk away
Good
from
answer.
a problem.
Discipline. What is it, guys?
Discipline has one word, and that's tamed.
Discipline.
I think discipline is for me to control myself and don't let anyone and get into me and try to control me.
Discipline.
I think discipline is the control of your mind, body, and soul, and your expressions and how you feel to other people, to keep them to yourself. Because if, like, you say something bad about somebody that they really don't want to hear, that could get you in trouble.
Okay. Discipline, Jasper?
I think discipline is just how you can self-control and just, like, know your limits and don't let anybody push you over, and you can be able to just tell them, like, stop and no.
Okay, good answers. So I think discipline is just how you supervise yourself, doing first things first.
Yeah, to know what's right and wrong.
Setting priorities, discipline, to do your homework first, Khirey, versus the Xbox or Nintendo games. Discipline, say, hey, Jelani,
Well,
I got
my parents doesn't let me play the game during the week on Monday through Friday because they think that's very distracting.
But if they did not have those rules, would you have the discipline to take care of your education, to do your homework first before you goof around? What about you, Jerome? Because you call Khirey quite a bit, so I want to know what kind of discipline you two guys got.
My mom, she makes me do my homework first before I could play the game, because I really don't play the game that much now, because, like, after you play it for a while, it gets boring. So she makes me do my homework, then she checks it. Then if it's all right, she say I could play the game for like an hour or 30 minutes. Then when it's over, just go to sleep.
Ramon?
Some people just rush. Some like I used to just rush and hurry up to go play my GameCube, and my mama check it, and when I go to school the next day, sometimes most of my answers be wrong, and that's where it brings down your grade, not just rushing.
So discipline says, my education is number one.
Well, I know now because I have not had good grades during this because I've been playing the game a lot, and this quarter I'm working to make good grades.
So you're working hard. You're trying to develop discipline to take care of your reading, your math, your science, your social studies. You're going to focus on Khirey's education. Discipline first. That's you guys' job. Your parents have to worry about the roof over your head, your food, the bills. You guys' primary job is to be educated and to have fun. Have fun while you're doing the hard stuff first. Priorities. Education. Education is your way of evening the playing field. So when you come out in this world with your education, you make it whereas you can play in the game. These days, if you don't have education, you can't even get off the bench. Education is just so basic, so primary, that you have to have discipline now at you guys' age to understand how important it is for you to be educated. So when you get home, you must do your homework first. You must read over the chapters that you have before the lecture starts on a Monday. You must know how important education is. And you have to share that with the other kids who don't share this great information that you guys have among each other. You have to respect your elders. You have to respect your elders. They have a history to tell you. They can help you avoid a lot of trouble in your life. You have to take time to be respectful of your elders. You have to listen to your elders. If you don't, you got a hard, hard life ahead of you. Pull your pants down. So that's one thing I wanted to bring about in the Chinese culture, that they respect their elders so much, and they don't have a crime problem. People don't go to jail there.
But in China, though, they don't accept girls.
Well, they do have some issues, and it's great that you're educated enough to know that. The women aren't seen as to be as important as the men.
But they make the women do all type of cultural things and stuff, and I think that's not. I really don't think that's right.
So what are you going to do when you grow up to change this world? What are you going to do now? Because we're dependent on you guys. You guys are our future.
Well,
We've already messed things up, so we're looking to you guys to straighten it out.
Well, I can start off, for me, when I'm small, I can start by getting good grades, and then, because good grades makes a great leader.
Okay. Who else?
You can start making examples of ways to get people, and you can interact people so they know what to do, things to do. And so you can just start at a young age of like getting people in the right mind frame and just telling them, like, keep like nagging at them that you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do that.
You could show other people that anything is possible as long as you try hard and you never give up. Because some people, they just try something, then they give up, and then they never go back and try to complete it again.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever talk to people about their belief in a higher power? You ever talk to people about the power of prayer?
Yes, I have.
You do? Have you witnessed?
In church, and especially in the black community church, they really talk about gospel. The singing is real good. The Bible, the preaching is really good, and it really shows how to keep our community steady, to hold it in place, and that's it.
How important is a higher power to you, Jerome?
I think God is the higher power, because without God, we wouldn't be here. We'll just be like, cause I heard that in the Bible, I think it said that we just came from a piece of like dust, and if he didn't make the world, no one would be alive.
Okay. So how often do you rely on a higher power in your day? Do you guys think about God? Do you meditate when you're going through a difficult time?
Yes.
Do you give thanks? How often do you rely on a higher power?
Well, I rely on God when I don't know what I'm gonna do, or when